This is our shredder granulator combination unit. It is the 600 series. We have a 600 series, which does about 600 pounds an hour, a 1000, which does 1,000 pounds per hour, and a 1400 series, which does 1,400 pounds an hour. What it has is a 15 horsepower shredder on the top, and then a 10 horsepower granulator below. It's including in this unit is a integrated blower system, which is right here. So it's a nice small footprint for doing your purge or hard parts, glass-filled parts. The machine works great because the shredder is able to break it down and then bring the parts down into the smaller pieces into the granulator portion of the unit. I'm going to stop the video now and start opening it up and show you more details on the unit. I've taken off the safety cover for the shredder. That's the cover. And this shredder cover basically covers up your shredder portion and doesn't allow anyone's hands to get into where the knife portion is for the granulator. There's a safety on it to ensure that the unit will not start unless the cover is on. The top part has the shredders up here, and you can see the shredder knives right there. And we have a smaller screen on it. We usually have 20 millimeter screens to 30 millimeter screens on it. So the top portion breaks the larger pieces down, which makes them into smaller portions. And then it goes down into a granulator section down here, which then has a classifying screen on it, which then gets it to the appropriate size. This has two stator knives on it, one at the 9 o'clock position, and then one down deep there at the 4 o'clock position. So it gives it a nice even cut. This one's set with an 8 millimeter screen. You can change the screen size 4, 6, 8, 10, whichever you like on it. And that way you can take large purges or heavy duty pieces, shred it in the top portion, have it drop down to the granulator, and then you'll be able to have it vacuumed out to the vacuum system, which is below. And this is what the vacuum system looks like. And then we put it into the material bin. So it's a self-enclosed unit, and it does 600 pounds an hour, this unit. This is a view of the back side of the unit. Right here is located your power pack for your hydraulic system. Hydraulic system comes up, and there's basically a ram that goes right down the middle and just keeps pushing the material towards the shredder, which is located in that area. Should the granulator amp up or the shredder itself amps up, the ram will actually back off and allow everything to get back to normal in the cycle. It has two sensors, a high sensor and a low sensor. So this way it can communicate back to the brains of the machine on where the ram is at and where it's located. And you can change the timing of the ram to change the speed and the force of the ram. And then this is your integrated blower system. The material just gets pulled right from the hopper underneath the granulator and right to this point. I'll just give you a quick display of the control panel. So it's a blower, granulator, hydraulic unit for it, the shredder, and a conveyor. This is our lab unit. We don't have the conveyor on the unit, but there is a conveyor for the unit. And I'll give you a little tour of the inside of it. Kind of shows you what's going on the inside of the panel. It's made with Eaton parts, Wheeling parts, throughout the thing, so in Siemens. So if there's any electrical issues, it's easy to replace the parts on this unit. To start this unit is fairly simple. You turn on the safety. So now the power is on, there's power going on the machine. You come over here, press system reset. The system reset basically makes sure all your safeties are in line. There's a variety of safeties on this unit to make sure the shredder door is closed, that the gate for the underneath the granulator is closed, and that your door on your blower system isn't open, so no one can get hurt while operating the system. Then just go over here, press blower. It engages your blower. This engages your granulator. That's to engage your hydraulic unit right here. And then now your shredder is actually moving at this time. This overload lamp will go off in a few seconds. It normally goes on. And then she's ready to operate. Once you get to this point, you just start loading product into it. And it's a very simple process after that, because you drop it in, the ram automatically works, and then evacuates the material into the bin. To turn it off, just the same thing, but in reverse. And now the system has turned itself off. We received your material, and we have the long pieces, which are going to be very simple to run. It's just the machine we're using is a 600 series, and you probably need either 1,000 or the 1400 series to run these longer parts and bigger parts. What we did was we took them and we cut them into 3. We just kind of sliced them in third, and then we'll run those first. And then the second thing we're going to run are your purges that you sent to us. And we'll show you how the purges work. So we'll run these first, then we'll go right into the purge test and show you how that all works. And again, we're going to run it in the 600 series. All right, we're going to run your cut piece right now. Ready to loader? Here's what it looks like on the inside. Processing those long pieces. And here's the material coming out. No problem at all. What we're going to do now is we're going to load in a purge. Load in the purge. We're going to load in a second purge. problem with your purge. You see the materials flowing out super fast. Put another purge in. Put this guy in. Your material has no heat, and It's just flying through on the test. Processing into your material. I'm going to turn off the video and I'll show you the end result. All right, here's your test results. It took about 8 minutes to run the full test. We ran one panel and then 4 of your purges that you sent to us. So this is the material. It looks nice. No heat, no problems. The machine never amped out. No issues at all with it. Just when you look at the machine, you probably should look at a 1000 or a 1400 series machine for it, because that way you don't have to cut in the bigger parts. You could just put them in right away and it has no problem going through this material. We're going to bag the material up and then we're going to send it to you for your review.